Hey, welcome back. Mark Oppold as we work through this Wednesday. We've been keeping an eye on New York here and a camera locked in on that Dow Jones Industrial Average. A triple-digit decline at the close yesterday. Go to New York and see a 200-point drop here today as well. So we're keeping an eye on that for you. If we can take a look at the Dow, if we have that available, a 229, 230-point decline right now. So currently, this is a live look, so it's 20,000. Roughly 20,750 on the Dow. It's down 230 points, so keep an eye on that as well. We have the Jack Scoville joining us. We go from New York, or Todd Horwitz joining us. All right, Todd Horwitz here. My rundown said Jack Scoville, but certainly glad to visit with our good friend Todd Horwitz. Todd, you in double duty today.
Well, Mark, I had some things I had to take care of, so I wanted to make sure I got to be able to talk to all my farmers and producer friends, and here I am talking to you. Good morning.
Very good. Good morning to you. We just, you heard, we have a camera in New York today with the...
You got me in Chicago.
Triple digit. Yeah, we're crisscrossing the country. Let's talk about those outside markets, though, to start out here on the day. Is there anything we're missing here on the Dow? Just nothing goes straight up or straight down, just taking some money out? Is it that simple?
No, I think the markets have been searching for a reason to sell off. They couldn't find a reason. It was not going to be economic data because we've had bad economic data and markets continue to go higher. What has happened now, the uncertainty with the confusion about what Trump told Comey, what he didn't tell Comey, tied in with the fact that these tax cuts and this health care plan are not going to get done, that's creating the selling pressure here because the markets, again, you can see by the way they were trading, light volume, no volatility, too much complacency, that you were going to see a reason. So we had a big sell-off overnight, which actually rebounded early, and now they're taking them out to the woodshed right now, and it figures to get worse all day long. There obviously will be a rally at some point, but for today, I would look for this to get a little bit worse before it gets any better, and I think that's what you're seeing, some panic selling, which is why the volatility index is expiring, is popping up higher. So there's a lot of things going on, but the most thing is that the sellers were trying to sell, but they were afraid to. Now they're being forced to.
Yeah. All right. So how does that or not work into the commodities here? Grains here. This is clock says time to get a grain update here. Everything's been higher through the late morning here, corn, beans, and wheat.
Well, actually, and it's funny because overnight, they were relatively flat. And then as soon as the second wave of selling came in, look what happened. Corn popped up. Last I looked, it was up about 4 cents. Wheat popped up. The last I looked, it was up about 6 cents. And soybeans are still in that, that weird range around that 970, 980 level. But overall, I think some money came out and immediately went into some of the alternatives, which I think is what we think is going to happen going forward. That these markets are going to benefit by the much weaker dollar we're seeing all of a sudden because, I believe the dollar is going down to 94. And the money coming out of markets going into the ag markets. I think that's what we're going to see, and I'm pretty convinced about that.
Very good. So again, we are higher by a penny or so, or 2.5, 3 higher in corn. By the way, we do have that weekly ethanol report. I want to share that with our viewers and listeners, Todd, before we take a break in here, because we moved back over 1 million barrels per day across the board here. Last week, 1.03 million. Last week, previous week, it was 1.01. So the 4-week average, right at 1 million barrels a day. We're pumping a lot of ethanol out here, Todd.
Listen, we're starting to get development. That's also what's keeping a lid on crude oil. We're taking away more of the demand because we're blending it with ethanol. So I think it makes a heck of a lot of sense, right?
All right, very good. And then looking at the crude oil higher by 70 points, at least today. I know your thoughts there that crude oil's got a lot of downside pressure there. Is that right?
Well, yeah, I think that, we're going to see 40. I mean, I've been on 40 since we were at 55. I thought that last week at the jobs number when we hit 44 under, I thought that was a probably spot to buy it for a quick trade. Now I'm just a seller. I'm going to sell this now. This is all based on bad information that OPEC's going to actually do something. And of course, I don't trade off that kind of information anyways. So we saw a spurt up. Inventories were probably a little bit short of what they thought. So of course, we're seeing a little bit of a rally. I think this is a great opportunity to sell it. I think crude is going to go much lower here and when it's all said and done.
All right, Todd, we're going to take a break here, a little long here in the little grain section. Lots more to cover in livestock, and Todd will be here to do that for us. We'll come back after this. Back to Chicago and Todd Horwitz. Todd, again, our thanks to our friends at AgriLiquid supporting the markets here for this section. So I know you love AgriLiquid. You love St. John's, Michigan.
2 thumbs up for AgriLiquid, baby. There you go.
All right. Beef trade here. Higher, really, looks like live cattle, feeder cattle, hogs are all higher today. Is that just kind of a follow-through of some money flowing back into commodities here? That simple?
No, I think let's go to cattle. I think cattle has just reached a level that it do a bounce. It's been down. It's been going down. We're down about 10%. We're going down probably another 5 or 6% before it's all said and done. And in the hog markets, we're very close to an end here. I thought 78 would be it, but maybe it'll be 80. I'm not a friend right now to the livestock markets. I'm looking for pullbacks, and then I'm going to be a big friend.
Very good. So you look at a little toppy here in hogs especially, is that right?
Absolutely. I think that they're going to sell off. I think you're going to see 72, and then I'm going to say let's buy them up and go for the big barbecue, because I think that'll be the good level to get in.
Yeah, before we let you go, I don't want to end on that note here, producers tuning in, but you're very friendly longer term. I'm talking about the third, fourth quarter here. You're very friendly to agriculture.
Absolutely. I think we have a great year coming in front of us. Some of the things we've talked about for months are starting to play out. The dollar is weakening. The stock markets might be starting to give up some room. All we need is to get the best move is we need some of these technical moves to happen. And what I'm talking about is purely technical. If it happens, it makes the up move all that much stronger. And that's what I think we're going to see. And I'll be buying, and we'll be out barbecuing and picnicking together, celebrating the higher prices. All
right, Todd. Thanks for the time today. Safe travels here. We'll talk to you next week.
Thanks, Mark. Have a great day.
Thank you. Todd Horwitz. It's Bubba Trading. BubbaTrading.com is the website. All right, as promised, the numbers here, live cattle, feeder cattle, and hog futures at this moment. Live quotes from the CME Group. Again, our thanks to our friends from St. John's, Michigan. Todd loves them. We do, too, up there at AgriLiquid. Looking at the June live cattle, up 78 points now, 122.68. August up 73 points, 118.98. Looking at the feeder cattle trade, feeder cattle futures higher by 55 points. Well, the May is. It'll still be on the board for a little, not till later this week, I believe. Looking at the August, getting more active. Feeder cattle for August up 32, 148.02. The September up 42 points at 148.10. Hope you can join us tomorrow morning in our 8 o'clock hour Central Time. We'll be visiting with Ed Serwin, a comprehensive look at all these cash auction, major feeder cattle auctions around the country, about 6 different states. He puts it all together for us, a nice compiled summary. Hope you can join us for the 8 o'clock hour tomorrow. Lean Hogs here. Chris Summers joining us here later to talk about the hog trade here from Des Moines, Iowa. Looking at the hog trade right now, June up 68, 79.40. High today, 79.78. Again, Todd is the second one who today have said kind of look out, might be a little toppy in the hog trade. And we'll talk to Chris Summers from Des Moines, Iowa here with Marlin later this morning.
Yeah, when the analysts start seeing eye to eye, you really got to start paying attention. Okay, thank you so much.
Eyes have it.
Markets editor Mark Koppel, we appreciate that.